90% of our population are lost. We have people graduating from universities all over the world with degrees coming right off the end of their business card, and they can't even find work. We find people that have doctorates and masters in business administration, and they're broke. There's something wrong. Most people are not living the way they want to live. You're probably not living the way you want to live, but you can. The Proctor Gallagher Institute is dedicated to waking the world up. I found that coaching people is the most rewarding thing you can do. Helping people find a track to run on in their life. It is absolutely incredible. We've been in this business now for 57 years, and we're very good at it. And we take people and we train them how to do what I'm doing.
Being a Proctor Gallagher consultant really enables you to start touching other people's lives and getting people to live the life that they really want to live.
A Proctor Gallagher consultant takes this product, this program, thinking into results, and helps change lives around the world with it.
It's your own business, it's your own opportunity to use this material that Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher have developed and share it with your own community.
When I became a PGI consultant, I got that missing piece of being able to actually make a difference in people's lives.
We have something truly special that can help anyone multiply their income, transform their self-esteem and belief in themselves, attract their love partners, transform their current relationships, become fit. We have a step-by-step process to accomplish anything you truly desire.
The program is designed for you to succeed. So if you do exactly what you've been told to do, you will succeed, and it's pretty amazing when it's happening.
The greatest thing about what I do is I just get to show people how I created a life of freedom. And I believe it with every single cell in my body because I've lived it.
Bob is so dedicated to this business.
He has spent his entire life teaching these principles to people all around the world, and you can do it too. You can be a part of it.
There's a tremendous need for someone that can sit down and explain to a person how to take a pen and decree their own destiny. That's what we do. That's what I'm suggesting you look at. As a consultant with the Proctor Gallagher Institute, you'd be working for yourself, but not by yourself. We're all here to support you. We work together. It's like a family.
This company's got the best information, it's got the best training, it's got the best people, it's a world-class organization.
We get to watch all of these magnificent consultants build their dreams.
This family, this community, this life-changing system that we're in has literally changed every single aspect of my life.
It has been the greatest investment of my entire life, and I've been able to create a life for my family and my friends that I could never have imagined.
I love watching my clients grow and achieve their results. It just gets my heart going.
It's like a win-win situation. I get to study me and understand me better because that is then how I can serve others.
If you love helping people, if you love being of service to people, you want to jump into this program right now.
If you have a desire to do this, you have the ability to pull it off, and we're going to help you do that.
It's an exciting career choice. It's an exciting opportunity. It's limitless. We are creating a global community of people who are raising their conscious level of awareness, who want to be more, do more, have more, and give more. And that is exactly what the world needs right now.
If you really want to be a part of a company that believes in making an impact in the world, come and join us.
If you would love really helping people, if you would love showing people how to clear up all the problems in their life and cut a clear path to living the life they want, we can show you how to do it.
I'm Makini Smith from Toronto, Canada. I'm Monica Solon from Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. I'm Angie Tomlinson from British Columbia. I'm Rachel Downey from Tasmania, Australia, and I am a Proctor Gallagher consultant. I'm a Proctor Gallagher consultant. I'm Karen Brooke from Brisbane, Australia, and I'm a Proctor Gallagher consultant. My name is Julie Smith, and I am a Gallagher consultant.
I'm Sanpana from Mumbai, India, and I'm a Proctor Gallagher consultant.
So being a Proctor Gallagher consultant really enables you to start touching other people's lives and getting people to live the life that they really want to live.
It's your own business, it's your own opportunity to really take and use this material that Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher have developed and share it with your own community.
As a PGI consultant, I facilitate Bob Proctor's material. I basically help lots and lots of people to understand who they are, what they're capable of, and how to create their own reality.
If you were to ask me, what does that look like on a day-to-day basis? Well, I basically sit with people face to face and ask them what they want. And then I get to show them exactly how to get it. And we do that by really getting to the crux of where our results come from.
Bob Proctor has spent his entire life studying and teaching this material, and together with Sandy Gallagher and the whole team behind the scenes at PGI, they have created a phenomenal company and brilliant programs that as a PGI consultant you have access to.
So as a PGI consultant, what I'm really doing is I'm coming in with a program that's been pre-packaged. Right? This information is centuries old. This is the way that Henry Ford thought, right? This is the way that Thomas Edison thought. It's a roadmap of success. It's success principles, wealth building principles, whatever wealth is for you.
We have something truly special that can help anyone multiply their income, transform their self-esteem and belief in themselves, attract their love partners, transform their current relationships, become fit. We have a step-by-step process to accomplish anything you truly desire.
That's done through a system and a process called Thinking into Results. It's a coaching program where I get to mentor people from all areas of the world to understand themselves and understand where results come from and how they can be successful in their field.
A Proctor Gallagher consultant takes the material of Thinking into Results, takes this product, this program, and helps change lives around the world with it. That's really what it is.
The tools that we're working with as a consultant, these tools are 2-week modules that we can use in succession to bring somebody from here to here.
I look at people who come to me and I help them assess where they're at, what's missing to bring them to that level of fulfilling their deepest desires. And then by studying themselves through this process of Thinking into Results, they know exactly what they need to do step by step to fulfill their goals.
You can truly become and do whatever you want with this program. I truly believe that this is the missing piece. This is the missing tool that a lot of people are looking for to become that person that they always wanted to be.
And you have the opportunity as a Proctor Gallagher Institute consultant to bring this powerful information into your own business, into your own coaching business, and you can become part of Bob Proctor's team.
When I became a PGI consultant, I got that missing piece of being able to actually make a difference in people's lives.
If you love helping people, if you love being of service to people, you want to jump into this program right now. I can tell you firsthand because I was already helping people before, and I wasn't doing too bad. I was pretty good. Like, I'm really good actually at what I do. But this program has amplified my results. You see, in the way that I was working before, I was able to serve people and help people, but it wasn't scalable. And I wanted to help more people. I wanted to be able to reach more people. I wanted to make an impact, and that's what this program has allowed me to do.
I became a consultant because I was a client of this program, and during my time as a client of Thinking into Results, I was helping my amazing consultant to facilitate a mastermind of some of the clients that she had. And I just love it. I just absolutely loved watching new people coming into the learning process and being, saying, oh, what do I do now? And I was like, well, you answer this question and you answer that question, and just watching these people growing and developing, I was really looking forward to creating my own team and network of learners. And I saw what it did for me as a client. It just changed my life, it doubled my income, made me a patient, happier, better husband and father. So if I was able to do this for my own clients, it would be a dream come true. And I have to say, 9 months later, that's exactly what I'm doing. So for the last 10 years, I've been an acupuncturist. I have a multidisciplinary practice, so Thinking into Results helped me to stop just working as a practitioner one-to-one. So I opened a new facility, and I helped other people to grow their businesses. So I brought in yoga teachers and massage therapists. So when it gave me more time off, Thinking into Results really gets you to think. So I started thinking about how could I work more and have more time off at the same time. So I worked less, I should say. Work less, earn more, and have more time off. So I've been an acupuncturist and a holistic practitioner, I suppose, for 10 years.
Before becoming a consultant, I was a registered psychotherapist, and I actually still am a registered psychotherapist. I love helping people transform their lives, but I was looking for something that could do it in a shorter time frame, but get to the subconscious level, get to the root cause. And when I stumbled across Thinking into Results, I was so thrilled because I'd finally found something that was packaged in a system that could help my clients make massive change in a shorter amount of time. And the beautiful thing is the change is permanent.
You know, when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I just knew I needed to do something different with my life. And I remember when I had this conversation, actually I was listening to the Paradigm Shift from a stream online. And Sandy came on stage and was talking about Thinking into Results, you know, how that she built that program. And I remember that from that point on, I was like, okay, that's it. Like, this is it. This is what I've been looking for. And I knew at that moment that I was going to become a consultant.
You know what? It was a really, really easy decision. Up until the point where someone had rung me up, I hadn't actually even considered it. Once I started the conversation, I had signed up within a week. And remembering that I didn't know who Bob was at the time, I'd never read The Secret, I had no idea about who PGI was, but it was like an immediate decision for me.
First, we became a consultant to help our network marketing organization to achieve the next level. And when we came to the first consultant training, we saw that it was a bigger opportunity, even bigger than the one that we have grasped, or the vision that we grasped at the beginning. So now our vision has expanded like crazy.
I always known that I want to do the work that serve people, that help people grow and success. So when I found Bob Proctor Materials, I knew right away this is something that I've been looking for. It's like a missing piece. I've been helping people, but I noticed that the change is very difficult for themselves to sustain it. So I see that this is something that really causes a permanent change in their life. And the speed of growth is amazing.
When you become a PGI consultant, it is your own business, and I'm so grateful for that I'm able to be in partnership and aligned with the Proctor Gallagher Institute through my own Karen Brook brand, that I can now serve my community in greater ways by being able to tap into this marvelous material.
I run my own company, and it is a global company where I'm mentoring and coaching others on the processes of Bob Proctor's methodology and success system that he taught me.
So the beautiful part about this consultant package, this business in a box, is you can tailor it to you. So it doesn't matter where you come from. If you're a school teacher, you could build a business in that niche. If you're a real estate agent, you could definitely build a business in that niche. Or if you're a CEO of a company like I am, you can build and operate and work in that niche.
What I love about this business is that if you have a particular strength, you can use that to build your business. So if you like doing on-camera work, you can use it to build your business. If you like running seminars, live events, you can do that to build your business. If you like webinars, you can do that to build your business. Some people build their business on social media. Others like to meet people skin to skin. I mean, there are so many ways that you can build your business that is authentic to you.
I love being a consultant for PGI. I really do. And the reason why I really, really love it is because I love the model. The way that PGI works is that really you can take all that information and make it your own, and you run your own business the way you want to run your business. So it's your model, your business, and it all is based on what you want to do. The way I work is that I use myself. I haven't focused on social media. I do have a website which is not complete yet. I do have presence on social media, but it's very insignificant, and I rely basically on myself to go and reach clients and the face-to-face interactions. I ring up both organisations as well as people that I know or who I have heard of that need my help.
So the type of clients we work with, it's funny, it's very varied. I might have a very professional background, but my clients range from stay-at-home moms to CEOs of companies, realtors. I mean, I don't think I don't think there's one vertical or one profession that I don't have a client. I have network marketers. We're working with corporations, large corporations in this material. Oddly enough, I thought I was going to work only in corporate, but I have people from 18 to 65 years old, men, women, CEOs, stay-at-home moms, so that the client base is really limitless because the material is limitless, right? It's not a wealth-building course per se, like financial. It's friends, family, finance, fitness. It's the whole package. And that's something that I didn't know. When I came into this, I was thinking one thing, and it just really expanded. We have clients all over the world, in America, in Australia, in Denmark. So it's really limitless.
I personally coach my clients through video chats. As I said, my clients are in 5 continents. I get to visit some. I try to travel to meet people in Europe, near where Ireland is. But the clients I deal with in North America, Central America, New Zealand, Africa, India, we speak through video chat, an application, a video application, I suppose. And also we use recordings on things like WhatsApp. It's fine because they're in their time zone, I'm in mine, so they can leave messages for me and I'll reply in kind. But you know, once they apply the material, they don't need me as much, but we're always there for them.
I just love what I do right now. I loved psychotherapy. It was wonderful using that process to facilitate change. But thinking into results is so much more dynamic. We've got an individual component. I've got a group component. So I've really created a community, and my clients end up becoming quite good friends, supporting each other. And that's what's so wonderful to see, because everybody in the community is speaking the same language. When you decide to become a Thinking into Results consultant, you can work with whoever you want in any way that you want. That's what I love about this business, is that although we are all working with the same material and the same product, the way that you deliver it, the way that you connect with people around it is completely up to you.
So before I joined Procter Gallagher, I was a clinical nurse specialist. So I was a therapist by trade, but was very lost in not really feeling fulfilled. Every day I went to work, as much as I served, I didn't feel that I was really living my purpose. And there was always a knot in my stomach. Now, I know what that is now, but back then I hadn't a clue. And I ignored it for a while, and it continued to come back until one day I realized that my results were awful. I had absolutely no money. Despite having a job, I had bills going out and there was no money. There was never anything left at the end of the month. So for me, I was in a financial broken place. I was going through different trying relationships, and also my health was then taking a hit. So I realized something had to change, and that what I thought, how you worked hard and got money, it just wasn't happening. So for me, I decided to bet on myself. When I started listening to Bob Proctor's material, something resonated. Now, I really didn't know what to expect, and I really didn't know what was going to be entailed, but I listened to that feeling in my heart. And I am so grateful to this day that I did. As I said, I had about £4.20 in my pocket before I started this program. And I jumped into the business with both feet. And I was scared and I was terrified, but as I say, when I was able to be around this incredible material and the people, I started to believe in me. And I borrowed that off many people. I borrowed it off Bob, and I heard him say that many times, and I really took that literally. At that time, I started the business. I decided just to take off. I had no other option but to succeed. So then I basically started to share this wonderful material with friends, with family, with really anybody that would listen to me. And it was very easy to do because it was oozing out of me. So in my first year of doing this, I went from having a job earning $30,000 a year to leaving my job, putting my heart and soul into this business, and I ended up coming out with over $300,000 in my first year of business. Everybody thought that it would be difficult. Everyone in my family was maybe saying, you know, these things, you know, business might take time to kick off, but for me, it just took off right away because I used the material. But the biggest thing, and what I love about this, is every day I'm learning about me. So it's like a win-win situation. I get to study me and understand me better, because that is then how I can serve others. We're all the exact same. So really, it's a win-win situation.
This program is literally, I shouldn't say program, this family, this community, this life-changing system that we're in has literally changed every single aspect of my life. I can't think of anything I currently do 2 years into this that is not a direct result of these teachings and these coachings and where this leads to. This program is 100% effective if people do the work, if people follow the system. I always ask my clients to surrender to the process. I say, most of this is not going to make sense to you, but 97% of the people are going in the wrong direction, so of course it's not going to make sense. So yeah, if somebody surrenders to the process and they do what we say, they do what Bob says and just follow the program, I would say it's guaranteed to work.
I used to work in finance, and the most I've ever earned was $55,000 a year. And currently I've turned my annual income into a monthly income. If you knew me before this, you would see a very shy, very self-conscious girl. I literally was not able to read a paragraph of text in front of people without shaking, shivering, stuttering, sweating, and literally running out the door. It was literally 3 months after starting with this material that I delivered my first public speaking event with 70 people in the room, and I literally had that beautiful feeling of conquering my past. I also attracted my soulmate, my fiancé. He even asked Bob Proctor to help him propose to me on my birthday in February. It was phenomenal. And the biggest shift that I've received out of this material is belief that there is nothing that I cannot do, have, be, or give. If I set my mind on something, I can literally move mountains, and that's the biggest achievement for my confidence and my own self. I just love it. The biggest change in my life is actually being able to create my life. So actually moving from the victim mentality and living at the effect of life and the effect of what other people say or do around me, and actually having a say in how I'm going to live, what am I going to do, what my days will look like, what my work will look like, what my money in the bank will look like, what my love life is going to look like. I just love the fact that I feel I am designing my life rather than letting things happen the way they used to happen. I'm not settling anymore.
My income has changed beyond belief, and it has, like, as a client of Thinking Into Results, my income doubled. Literally, as I said before, I worked less as a therapist. I was in the practice 3 days instead of 6 days. Instead of doing weekends and evenings being all things to all people, I worked Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and my income doubled. And as a Thinking Into Results consultant, I've been just so busy enjoying myself, I haven't really calculated it, but it's really good.
This is how my income has changed. My accountant said to me, "What are you doing?" Because it was such a big difference in what I was making before. And the beautiful thing is that we're just starting. And my income has no limit. I can make it as big as I want to make it. And the wonderful thing is the people that you meet at the trainings, the people that they have working on this program, they help you to build your business and help you think of ways that you can be able to do more, be more, have more, make more, so you can give more. So my income has changed dramatically. The beautiful thing about this program and what you start to realize is that it's all about vibration. That's one of the things we learn in this program. And you start to attract and become a match to people at the same frequency. Well, there's a woman named Karen Brook, who's also a top consultant with PGI, and her and I became fast friends even before we were doing this. We had met at a different event at the Matrix. And as we've grown together and we've become good friends, I actually went to her wedding, and the best part is, because of the money that I was making in this business, I flew my 2 children first class from Toronto to Australia. And I remember standing up at one point in the plane and turning around and seeing my husband in the lie flat seat and just looking at him and just being so grateful, such gratitude that I was able to give this to my family.
My life changed. I'm a better father, I'm a better husband, I'm a better person altogether. It's part of our family. My daughter was forced to study, doing a gratitude list every morning, which she fought very hard on this, but now it's part of her being, and that part is priceless. You know, when she goes to school, she brings her gratitude book with her, and she said that every time she look at it, make her feel better. So for this, you know, how can you be happier than that, to see your child, you know, being the person that, being to the fullest of what they could be.
So for me, the biggest change that I've noticed about myself is how the freedom of thought. That's the biggest thing for me. It's not putting any limitations on where you can go. So, and not making any assumptions. I've loved watching other people do really well and me thinking, I can do that, I can really do that. And then allowing myself to take any opportunity that comes my way. That's the biggest opportunity. And understanding that whatever it is that I'm feeling and panic, you know, when you get scared or you get worried, or understanding that that's exactly where you should be. Because if you're not feeling that, then you're not really growing and you're not forcing yourself to expand.
Since I became a consultant, the biggest change that I have noticed is that basically it opened up my mind. I was like really focused on my network marketing business, and actually it's the only thing that I have ever done in my life. Never have done anything different. But when I came to the consultant training, I understood that we had the possibility to make a difference in most people's lives, and actually you can even make money through that. So as for me, the biggest change is that opened up my mind and my multiple sources of income. So that's amazing.
Being a Proctor Gallagher Institute consultant has changed my life. I was looking for something more in my life when I came across Bob Proctor. And now that I'm in the position of being a PGI consultant, it has meant that I've been able to help hundreds of people, thousands of people throughout my community to really understand who they really are, where they're going, and how to create the change that they really want in their life. It is so meaningful and so valuable to me. I love being a PGI consultant. I love the people, I love the business, I love the people behind the scenes, and I feel like we are creating a global community of people who are raising their conscious level of awareness, who want to be more, do more, have more, and give more, and that is exactly what the world needs right now.
I get up. I have regular consultations scheduled in my diary. I serve people with this information. And I also do whatever I please to do. So I often go to the park and stare at pigeons. That's my favorite pastime, to just basically reset my mind. And then I serve people some more.
Well, I have just had a baby, so my day is wonderful. I start very early, so I get out of bed around about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I do an hour's study, and that's really important to me. That allows me to stay very calm, very relaxed, and very organised. I made a decision before I had a baby that I wanted to work half as much and earn 3 times as much. And that meant that I had to create a paradigm shift. And you'll hear Bob talk about paradigms all the time, and I had to totally transform the way I was operating my business. So actually now I work 3 to 4 days a week, between around about 8 and 2 p.m. and that's when I'm totally focused on serving my current clients, on creating value for my clients and my community. And the rest of it just takes care of itself, because I know that if I'm working on that part of the business, on becoming more effective, more valuable, and providing more service, then that's really when the magic happens, not only in my own life, but for clients as well. So I have a very calm, organised day. Like I say, I get up nice and early in the morning. I work on me, because that ticks off the effectiveness piece. And then the rest of my day is dedicated towards serving my clients. The afternoons are wonderful. I get to spend them with my little boy Louis and have family time and finish off the day with a beautiful glass of wine with my husband in our wonderful house. So I feel very blessed to be able to have built a business around the life that I wanted to lead, and becoming a Proctor Gallagher Institute consultant has allowed me to do that.
As a Proctor Gallagher consultant, I get to choose how I live my life. And I truly believe that that is how I serve people to the greatest that I can, because I'm living my true life and doing what I want to do. Now, I was only able to do that by using the tools and the resources that Bob Proctor, my mentor, taught me. So the greatest thing about what I do is I just get to show people how I created a life of freedom. And I believe it with every single cell in my body because I've lived it. I've traveled the world. I went away and traveled for 4 months, but the best thing was is I didn't have to ask for time off. I didn't have to stop everything and worry about going back. I just continued running my business. And the lovely thing about that is I didn't have to work every single day. I get to choose when I work, where I work. I could be at home, I could be in a coffee shop, I could be on a beach. Now we hear all the time about, laptop lifestyles, living on a beach, and we hear about it, but we always wonder, does that really happen? Well, I'm telling you it does. And what I do is I change people's lives. So not only do I get to live the life of my choosing, but through that I get to show people how to do it the same.
As a new consultant, when you first come into this business, one thing I can guarantee you is that you have a lot of support. There is a community that is waiting to help you. But not only that, PGI has put so much into this program and helping us deliver it. They're always doing more and more so that we can do more for our clients. So you'll have support on the back end. You'll have support when it comes to sharing this with people. And you'll also make great friends in the program yourself as a consultant.
I'm Corey Kelly Proctor, and I am the Executive Director of the Proctor Gallagher Consulting Program. I have a wonderful team of people. We work tirelessly and love it. We have the best job in the world. We get to watch all of these magnificent consultants build their dreams, and we watch closely. We're there for them. We look for where the gaps are, and we have the full support of Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher.
We've got a phenomenal team at the Proctor Gallagher Institute. In fact, the whole company is filled with amazing people. But in our division, we've got a team of people that are just dedicated to making you successful. Every day we wake up trying to find ways to help you build your business and grow your business. We're committed, we're passionate. We've got phenomenal people around us to support you, and you're just going to love it.
When we are watching our consultants build their businesses, we look for where they need help, which helps to guide us with building new support and resources for them.
My goal for new consultants when you join is to make you successful. I've got such a passion for helping people and helping you grow your business and get out there and help people all around the world with this information.
Doug is a go-to person whenever you have a challenge in your business or you would love to move your business to another level. I've asked Doug for support many times, and especially when I come here to the consultants training, and it's a phenomenal environment to actually be supported by top consultants and also the leaders here in the company. Now Corey is like a mother to us all. She's a very, very warm-hearted lady who literally cares. And whenever you have a challenge, whenever you need to bring your business to another level, she's always there for you.
The PGI team and the support, they're just great. They give us all the information that we need, all the tools that we need, and you can feel really that they care for you to succeed. So that's amazing. They are amazing.
Well, the Proctor Gallagher team is incredible. You can see that they're all just in this incredible harmony with each other, and it's all about service. When you deliver service without expecting anything in return, that's when the magic happens. And I believe that everybody on the Proctor Gallagher team has that want, that need to deliver that kind of service.
Our consultant training is world class. Right from the moment you join us, we're going to get you started your business right away, right from the very first day.
We have a complete support and resource system built in. We have a 9-month certification program.
From the moment you start, we've got online training. We've got live trainings we run 3 times a year. You're going to love what we do for you.
The resources, the training that we have developed behind the scenes at the Proctor Gallagher Institute are so enormous. You might be in business for yourself, but you are most certainly not by yourself. We have a phenomenal community of consultants all over the world. I mastermind every week with consultants in Ireland and in Canada and in America and all over the world, and I have access to phenomenal resources that the Proctor Gallagher Institute have developed to help and assist me in growing my business. Everything that you need to be hugely successful in creating huge value in your marketplace is available to you when you become a Proctor Gallagher Institute consultant.
Most consultants know me as the question asker. Also, Bob knows me as that person that always asks questions. I've always been very proactive and reaching out and asking to mastermind. So I'm definitely not by myself. I have a lot of support. I've always had lots of support ever since I started, and I mastermind at least with 2 groups a week.
Between when I started and the first training I came to, I had qualified what's called the inner circle, and I did that with the help of fast track meetings. I did it with masterminding with other consultants, practicing how to get clients by talking to other consultants online. You know, the support is amazing. All of my fellow consultants are out to help each other constantly to grow and better ourselves. So the support structure, I mean, the Proctor Gallagher Institute team are amazing, but also we help each other out. We support each other. We don't at all compete, we create. We're all creating such a great network of clients around the world. So support is in abundance for sure.
So the training with PGI is phenomenal. You can have as much as you want or as little as you want. It's completely up to the individual. For me, the first day that I opened up my, I guess, toolkit, if you want to call it, I knew that everything was right there. So I had very little contact with anyone personally up until, for the first, say, 2 to 3 months, because it was all online. It was just so well put together, like from videos to the roadmap to some laser coaching also with Doug, just to help you start. But the training is beyond phenomenal because everything's just there.
To become qualified and certified with Proctor Gallagher, I signed up to a Thinking into Results program. Now at the time, I was very lost in life and I had no idea what I was going to do. So I decided that using pretty much a leap of faith that I would go into this. I was no idea how to do it. I never ran a business before. I had no background in business. So it was very new, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit scary. But when I came away to consultant training, which was here in Canada, I actually got to learn every single thing that I needed to know. And it was breathtaking because I got to meet people that were in the same position as me, because we always think we're the only person that isn't gonna be able to do it or not know. But I realized that there was such a massive support system and community. So not only did I get to start a business, but I also got a family. And for me, that was one of the most significant things that changed my life. Now I come away and I get trained how to do sales, I get trained how to coach the program, and all the resources are here. And there's always somebody to call on. There's always guidance, there's always help, there's always these support systems. And you're never left alone. And that is the most powerful thing about this company. The values, the love, and the service. That is where it comes from. And for me, it just fitted. It brought out the true essence in me, and that's why I love it.
We have supportive community across the globe, and most of all, we have this consultants training, because I truly believe that this is the best decision you can make to actually come here and learn step by step how to get started, how to reach out and present this material to everyone around you. So the first thing I did was actually booked a ticket. Once I started, I booked a ticket to this consultants training, and that was 3 months after starting out. At the training, I learned exactly the nitty-gritty of reaching out, booking calls, presenting this material to everyone, and that was just hugely helpful.
The trainings, oh my goodness, the trainings are exceptional. The trainings happen 3 times a year, and what you notice is that people keep coming back, but not only that, the trainings are getting bigger and bigger, and they are so valuable because every single time you leave a training, your sales increase.
The beautiful part about this program, this business, is we're not the teachers. Like, you don't have to spend 57 years creating your own model, creating your own business, building this content. This is literally a business in a box. And what I mean by that is we're facilitators. So you can literally be going through this process as your clients are with them. And the beautiful part about this, from a business point of view, is that you can start day one. Right? Now, some people don't. They get it in their heads that they need to study the whole program, take 6 months before they even start talking about this. And that's not the case at all, right? The universe loves speed. This program, we're just facilitators. If you can show somebody to watch 2 videos a day, do some worksheets, then you can run this business. Now, obviously, we get better and better and we grow, and we do start to bring in an element of coaching over time. But when I first started this business, I went to the PGI back office, and I literally just did exactly what they said. And I facilitated. Right? I just guided people through this process as I was doing it myself. So it's really a package system that I'm able to come in and facilitate, where I can guide somebody step by step by step on how to tap into themselves. Right? We're never taught in schools how to use our subconscious. There's no classes on, subconscious 101 and 102. So we have all this potential inside, and we have no clue how to use it. And being a PGI consultant, you're giving the tools in the program, the prepackaged program, to guide somebody through 6 months of how they operate, how they think, act, and operate. So the beautiful part, when you enlighten somebody with this, is it's life-changing. I know that's kind of cliche, but we're not taught this stuff in schools. It's not taught anywhere that I've ever found in 43 years. So being a PGI consultant, you're able to just get these tools in this prepackaged business. It is a business. And you're able to change people's lives, whether they're a stay-at-home mom or a CEO or a network marketer or whatever it is. You're able to bring this in as a foundational, I like to call it an operating system. Right? When I'm working with clients, when I'm describing paradigms, I say it's just like an operating system on your computer. Right? And Windows 7 can never be Windows 10. Right? An operating system can never outperform itself, but you can reprogram it.
What I love about this program and the way that it's packaged is everything is right there for you to succeed. It's all there. In fact, you might think because of my training and background in psychotherapy that I had an edge, but I'll tell you something. I used the program the way that it was designed and delivered, and the way that Sandy and Bob put it together, and the way that they suggested we facilitate it. I didn't really have to do much in the beginning. I just packaged it up. I used what they had. There were so many resources to help me get off the ground and build my business.
So I had £4.20 in my pocket, and I didn't know how I was going to sign up to this program. I was on the phone, and I totally resonated with it. I absolutely wanted it, but I didn't have the money. And the guy on the phone was saying, you don't need the money yet, you just need to make a decision. And that really confused me. And I just could not understand what this meant. I just thought, I need to find the money. And when I realized that making a decision flipped me onto a different frequency and allowed me to find the money, then everything changed. Now, it did mean I had to take action, and I did have to make decisions. What I did was I sold my car. I had nothing really of worth. I had a house, and I knew I had to pay a mortgage, but I also knew I had to save my own life, because I can pay a mortgage every month, but I wanted to live a true life. So I sold my car, and I got not very much for it, and I literally invested it in me. And to this day, it's the best decision that I have ever made, and hence why I'm so passionate about this material.
If you're sitting there right now and you're thinking about becoming a Proctor Gallagher Institute consultant, and you're thinking, but I don't really have the money, let me tell you this. You don't need the money until you are all in committed with not only changing your life, but changing the lives of hundreds of thousands of people around the world at the same time. The second, and I promise you, because I was there, I did not have the money when I made the committed decision to become a Proctor Gallagher Institute consultant. In fact, I'll let you in on a little story. I had to go and borrow it from my boyfriend of just a few weeks. Borrowed the deposit to get started, but I believed in me, and I believed in what Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher were teaching me. I knew that it was the right fit, and I went and made it happen. I borrowed the money to get started, and single-handedly it has been the greatest investment of my entire life, and I've been able to create a life for my family and my friends that I could never have imagined prior to becoming a Proctor Gallagher Institute consultant.
If I look back at just before starting this process, I was a very shy and very self-conscious accountant, and I wasn't able to read a paragraph of text in front of 3 people without shaking, shivering, stuttering, and running out the door. And I also had lots of negative beliefs about myself. I thought every single person around me is better than me because I just wasn't able to do that simple task of reading or speaking in front of people. Now, I believe that I can plant any idea I want into my mind and nourish it with repetition, and it becomes real. That knowledge gives me a huge level of self-esteem. And there's nothing that I cannot do. There's nothing. Unless I set my mind, I just need to set my mind on it. That's it.
I took everything first to be about me, not about anyone else. I really had to work on me first and ask myself what it is that I wanted. And because ultimately you will not ever be able to help anyone unless you help yourself. And I think it really does reflect very, very obviously to anyone who I approach. They know within a nanosecond that I mastered that material very quickly.
If you don't believe in yourself right now, you need to borrow my belief in you. If I can do it, you can do it. And you are going to learn very quickly that the more you learn about yourself, the more you understand how your mind operates and who you really are, which you are going to learn as a result of becoming a PGI consultant, you will believe in yourself. And that belief will get stronger and stronger and stronger. Every single day you're a part of this amazing organisation as a Proctor Gallagher Institute consultant, you will believe more and more in yourself every day. But right now, this very second that you are watching this, you need to borrow my belief in you. If I can do this, you can do this.
If you're thinking like I was, if you think you're too busy for this business model, if you're thinking you have to stop everything and do this full time, I just want to explain this is a very, very part-time thing for me. What I mean by that, it's probably about a 5 to 10 hour a week business model. I have many businesses I work with. My core business is of construction. I have a gaming business. We have a Forex business. So if you're thinking that you're too busy or that this is going to be a distraction, what I've actually learned to do is weave this into my other businesses. Right? I have past clients that I built homes for that are now clients in this. I have a lot of people in my network marketing company that are now clients in this. So I'm literally able to weave in and double dip. And if you understand MSIs, that's what you do. That's what billionaires do. They build a family or a tribe, and then they market multiple things of value to that same tribe. So if you're thinking, if you have a CPA practice or you're a lawyer and you're really working 60 hours a week, that you can't do this, I would beg to differ. This is something you can weave right in. Matter of fact, if you do this right, you'll be working less there and really getting more out of this, because it's really become a labor of love. This is by far the thing I'm most passionate about. And I didn't know that jumping in. When I first jumped into this, I saw that it was a very good consulting program that I could monetize it and leverage and help people. But it's definitely become not about the money. As odd enough as this, the people that know me would be like, what? But it's become not really about the money. It's more about helping people.
The beautiful thing about becoming a Proctor Gallagher Institute consultant is you get to design a life you love. Now, that might sound cliche right now, but it is the truth. I've been a Proctor Gallagher consultant for a number of years now, and I have totally transformed my business model to allow me to create a family life and to have children. And you can work in this business for yourself with the hours that you choose, the weeks of the year that you love. You can do this on the side of another business. You could have it as multiple sources of income. But let me tell you what I did. I decided a number of years ago that I wanted to work half as much and earn 3 times as much. Now, I love this business and I love the material, and I would spend, especially if you ask my husband, all my waking hours and sleeping hours thinking into results, leading my field. I was really, really in with this material. But you know what? I also recognized that I wanted to have a family. I wanted to have our first baby, and I wanted to create a lifestyle around this business. So I made a decision that I was going to change the way I operate. So I actually only work a few days a week now. I only work a few days a week. I work the hours that suit me. I meet clients at the times that suit me. And that was a big self-image that had to change within me. But as Bob Proctor always said, you could be very successful just working Mondays in this business. And you know what? I might even decide to do that. Just start to work Mondays in this business.
To think that I liaise with and consult with like 30 clients now from all over the world, from 5 different continents, comfortably and calmly through my phone, through messages, through voice recordings. Meanwhile, I have 3 kids under 8. My wife now works close to home, but she was working quite a distance. So it's something that fitted seamlessly into my life. You know, that there are certainly times I work more than I should, but I love it. I just can't get enough of it. So then I just pull back a little bit when I want to. You can work this around, you know, any lifestyle.
You know, it's really interesting when people ask me, how do you fit everything in, being a mum or being, you know, a wife and a brand new, really busy business. You do it, because through what I found, the best part about it is that with the program, when they talk about speed of action and calmness of mind, that's what you get. And so when you've got that calmness of mind, you can do so much more. And I fit just about everything in that I want to fit. I know what not to do and what to do really, really quickly.
First and foremost, we're helping people, we're changing lives, but there's a serious income to this. And the beautiful part is I'm very, very part-time in this. So if you're thinking you have to quit your job and do this, you don't. Now, most people end up doing that, but for me, like I said, I have 14 businesses and revenue streams. This is a very, very part-time thing. And just my first month alone, activating 24 clients, at the time it was $5,000 a piece. So if you do the math, it was a 6-figure part-time income in the first 4 weeks.
When I spoke to PGI about TIR, I actually made the decision on my own. I didn't tell my husband until I bought into TIR. And the only reason I did that was because I just made a decision so quickly that I didn't have time to consult.
I decided to do this and I didn't tell her. I paid and I started studying. And a couple weeks later, she came to me and she's like, so how much did it cost? And I told her, and she was just absolutely infuriated. And that's the reason, and I said to her, that's exactly the reason why I didn't tell you, because I knew that from where you are, you would have not agreed on it. That's something I needed to do, and I did it. I'm gonna figure it out. I don't know how, but I'm gonna figure it out. A month later, she came back and she obviously saw me changing, and she said, I wanna do it. And so I said, okay, so you're gonna study, you're gonna do it on your own, I'm not getting involved. And what came out of it is a month later, we receive a 6-figure income that came out of nowhere. And she became a believer from that point on.
So one of the first, I suppose, thoughts that I had was, how am I gonna sell this when I'm from a little tiny island called Ireland? And after working with Bob, he says, everybody needs this, everybody wants it. And for me, I started to realize that, and I started to talk to anybody and everybody.
Listen, anybody can do this business, no matter where you are. You can work anywhere you want, from wherever you want.
I live in Mexico, and I still do business while I'm abroad. I had the opportunity to go on vacation for 3 weeks this summer. I still did business while I was gone. This is a business which is scalable and movable, and it doesn't matter where you are, you can succeed.
I live in Ireland and I originally come from Poland. In fact, I would even say that about 40% of my clients are Polish. They do speak English, but I truly believe that this can be facilitated everywhere. I have clients from India, from UK, from Ireland, from US, from anywhere in the world. So you can help people anywhere you like.
The program, although it's in English, is subtitled in Spanish, and it's just great because that doesn't, interfere with the barriers of the language or the nationality. So all the people that are taking the Thinking into Results program, they are doing it in Spanish, actually. But it's very good because they listen to Bob in English. So it's pretty amazing.
I never thought that I could really deliver something like this online, and because I'm coming from offline. But after I tried it, it worked the magic. And then it start to open up that I can be anywhere, not even outside of Bangkok. I can be in my vacation home. I can traveling aboard, but still I can do this.
What I love most about this business is that you can do it absolutely anywhere. And I don't just mean in your home or in a coffee shop, but literally anywhere. One of my very first goals, because I started to think big, was, well, I want to travel the world. I want to go away for 5 months and travel the world and really live life to the fullest. So I did that, and I continued to speak to people from every country and every walk of life. In fact, I actually was able to enroll a client whilst I was on a beach in a bikini. So that was one of my highlights, because I just thought, wow, this is my life, this is work. Now, I take my work very seriously and I put everything into my clients, but what really inspired my clients was they were able to watch me living the life that I was talking about. And that's, Bob always says, when he's talking about me, she shows you by her results. And that's a big thing that I've always believed. If you're gonna get a mentor, you've gotta get somebody who's done what you wanna do. So for my clients, they're able to watch me live the life of freedom, which just inspires them to continue to grow and grow and grow.
I've seen people from all walks of life succeed at this. It's a matter of making the decision, building the vision, asking for help. Anyone can do this. Anyone can do this.
Anybody can do this business. We've got consultants from all over the world, all ages, all genders. We've got people in 30 plus countries now. If you have a desire to do this, you have the ability to pull it off, and we're going to help you do that.
Everything's hard if you make it hard or you think that it's hard. And I came into this business knowing and seeing the success that others had, so I knew it was possible. I've seen people be successful in this business. So it's not hard and it's not easy. It's whatever you make it to be. And I've always made the decision that I'm going to make it fit my life and my lifestyle. And there's times where at the start you have to put the work in. You have to, like any business, and I never let people think that we just lie back and it just appears. There is work, but when you start to work and you work from a place of alignment, it's just magical and it unfolds. So I always say to my clients, there is leverage in alignment. So for me, again, studying the material, coinciding with operating a business, well, how could it not succeed? This is what I'm teaching people. So no, it's not hard. It's fun, it's enjoyable, it's rewarding, it's fulfilling. It's anything you want to make it to be, because your mind dictates everything else.
I believe that if you're in it just for the money, it will be challenging. But if you're in it and you have a higher purpose, like for me, I love serving. I love watching my clients grow and achieve their results. It just gets my heart going. If you're in it for the right reason, then that is not going to be hard, and you have all the support in the world. The truth is, you do need to become effective, so at the start, you might be busy with being busy a lot, but you have all the support in the world, everything you need to become very good at it, and then reduce the time. It's easy when you make it easy. I truly believe that I've had a paradigm of working hard from my family members, and if I think it's hard, it's going to be hard. If I think it's easy, then I will come up with ideas of how to make it easy, because that's how paradigm shift works. So lesson 3 of Thinking into Results process is going to teach you to make it easy if you want to make it easy.
If you follow, which that was one of my challenge in the beginning, I always thought that I knew better. And that is one thing that probably made me not being so successful in the beginning, because I didn't follow. The program is designed for you to succeed. So if you do exactly what you've been told to do, you will succeed, and it's pretty amazing when it's happening.
You have to be clear that you love helping people, and I can tell you that you don't have to go search for any other thing, okay? I've been trying many things, and this is the thing. If you really concentrate on really get into this material and apply it on yourself, then you can do anything.
And the other thing that really struck me is how often people love speaking about this. So you can be in a taxi, you can be in a restaurant, you can be anywhere. As people want to talk about this material, they may not know yet that they actually want it or need it, but every single person can work on this material. So prior to myself starting, I thought I was actually quite successful. I thought I had the best attitude, the most impressive, positive sort of mindset. I was a go-getter. I could achieve things that I wanted to. But the second I opened up my toolkit, the material actually hit me like a ton of bricks. It was kind of like saying, wow, I can take this even further. So it doesn't matter where you are in your life. Once you realize and you have the awareness that you need this material, you'll go flying.
That's a great question. How long did it take me to start making money I think it was about 45 minutes. And that may sound funny, but in my past business experience, the universe loves speed. So we literally signed to be a consultant, and I started texting people. And I texted one of my best friends. I said, hey, his name's Kenny. I said, hey, Kenny, I just joined. I'm just in this wealth and business building program. Would you like to join me? He said, I'm in. So that was like in the first 45 minutes. And then, by the way, I kept doing that. Like from Toronto, when I was at the Matrix, I just texted 50 people, right? And I booked a class for 4 weeks out. Now, I'd never even cracked the materials. I mean, I was in the materials, but I hadn't cracked the Thinking and Results course. And by the 4 weeks, we had 24 clients. I just kept texting people, and I said, I'm going through a wealth and business building program. Would you like to join me? Right? So I didn't come off like the teacher. I'm not the teacher. Bob's the teacher. We just had a whole group of friends and colleagues. I was 24 people in 4 weeks that went through my very first class.
To be fair, the two first clients were my best friends. And I've basically used the program kits to move them through the process because I totally lacked confidence. And even within the first month of moving them through the program, I just saw the miracles happening in their life. And that just gave me such a huge belief that I just went everywhere. And I wrote a list of 100 people that I knew, people that I respected and they respected me. Most of them were my friends from salsa dancing. I picked up the phone and I scheduled meetings, coffee meetings. That's how I brought my business to 10 first clients. And then I started moving into events and webinars and serving lots and lots of people.
Weeks really, I got started. It was very, very quick to get clients. I just put it out there, just talk to people, and I've yet to go near friends, family, neighbours, any of my clients from my acupuncture practice. I've just literally been speaking with people online. I make friends first and we talk business second. That's exactly what I've done. I'm taking it to the next level by getting some of my current clients to actually earn some income as a sales team. And the same thing for them. I say, guys, make friends first with these people, introduce them to me, and I make friends with them, and then if they want to work with me, great. That's how I built my business.
I got clients right away, and the reason I did was because I was talking to people about it. Honestly, there was no magic formula. I did not have anything that you don't have. I just thought of people that could really benefit from this. People that I knew in my life, people that were previous clients of mine, and I called them one by one on the phone and asked them if they wanted to meet for a coffee. When I shared it and they could feel my enthusiasm about the material, they were on board. And it started slow, but it slowly built and built and built, and then there was momentum.
I basically decided I was going to start my business just about the same time that I registered with PGI, the TIR consulting program. I then moved straight away into working on the material itself, on me and my business, and I had my first client on the day that I completed my first lesson, so lesson 1. I think it was within 3 weeks, I had my first 6 clients, and then within 2 months, I had my first 23. I've actually worked with 52 people in total, and that was within the first 12 months.
For us to get our clients, it took a little bit because what we did, we first approached the network marketing organization that we belong to, and it took a little bit, like probably 6 months. Right now we are working with 39 clients. We actually enrolled the 39 clients at once. It was like a little bit of work, but we enrolled them at the same time, everyone at the same time.
Actually, I start out with going to people that I know, my previous clients, and then I just make sure that, my first class was a small group, only 9 people, but I really make sure that they get phenomenal result. And then after that, they just go out and share with people, and then they keep referring business to me.
What I love about this program is how invested Bob is. Bob wants each and every one of us to succeed. But he doesn't want it because it helps his business. He wants it because he wants our business to grow, but he knows that if we're growing, we are transforming lives. And that's why he got into this business.
Bob wants you to succeed, he wants you, and there's nothing that makes him more happy to see all of us in a room and doing what he's done, you know, for 57 years. And for him, there's nothing better than that. You see him, he's like a child in a candy store when he sees all those consultants there clapping and being happy about doing what he loves the most.
Meeting Bob Proctor is just a dream come true. For me, it's one of the gifts that we have as consultants. It's just the energy is great. The care that he has for people and for humanity is just amazing. For me, it's one of the greatest things that you can ever do is just meet Bob Proctor live. And I really believe he is carrying the information that could change and improve the humanity. And it's a treasure. It's a blessing, actually.
Bob is so dedicated to this business. He started this business just like you're starting right now. And he just loves working with our consultants. He's very, very involved. He's at every training. He's constantly, every day, trying to figure out how to make this better for you. He's been where you are right now, and he's dedicated his life to this business and to helping people with this information, but he's dedicated to helping you, and you're just going to love being part of this company.
This program is very close to Bob's heart. This is where he started. He started as a consultant with Nightingale Conant. So this program is near and dear to him. This has been his dream to build this up, and to see it succeeding at the level that it is has been huge.
And Bob Proctor, he has spent his entire life dedicated to teaching these principles to people all around the world. And you can do it too. You can be a part of it.
When a new consultant signs up, they can expect a journey. They will be building a business, building their dreams with the full support of the Proctor Gallagher Institute. They can expect a network of friends that they will make, friendships all over the world. They can expect to create an income that is limited only by their imagination. It's an exciting career choice. It's an exciting opportunity. It's limitless.
When you first join as a consultant, we've got everything mapped out for you. We've got a turnkey system. We've got a roadmap to success. Everything you need to succeed, we have, and everything you need to succeed is inside of you, and we're going to help you make that happen. This company's got the best information. It's got the best training. It's got the best people. It's a world-class organization, and I'm looking forward to meeting you, and I'm here to help you.
So come join us. You won't regret it. It'll be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And I'm really looking forward to meeting you and working with you.